Before the yellow and blue jumpsuit, before leading the X-Men, there was a teenage boy who couldn't even open his eyes without leveling a city block. He's been called a Boy Scout, a war criminal, a saint, and a murderer, sometimes in the same decade of comics. Today we're going to be counting down 25 facts about Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, the first X-Man.
Number 1.
Cyclops first appeared all the way back in X-Men number 1, published in 1963. He was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and wasn't just one of the founding X-Men members, but he was designed to be the field leader from the very start.
Number 2.
Scott Summers was born in Anchorage, Alaska. It's a small detail, but writers have returned to it time and time again, and we'll explain exactly why at the end of this video.
Number 3.
His father was Major Christopher Summers, an Air Force test pilot, and his mother was Catherine Summers. Scott is the oldest of 3 siblings.
Number 4.
When Scott was a child, the family private plane was attacked by a Shi'ar starship under orders from the alien Emperor Dakin. With no way to save everyone, Catherine strapped a parachute to Scott's back and tied it to his brother Alex, and threw both of her sons out of the burning aircraft to save their lives.
Number 5.
The fall is the real origin of Cyclops' visor. The impact caused brain damage that permanently destroyed his ability to consciously control his optic blast.
Number 6.
The ruby quartz lenses aren't really a fashion choice. He's wearing them as a medical device that helps keep him from hurting the people around him.
Number 7.
After the crash, Scott bounced from orphanage to orphanage with no memory of what happened to his parents. Eventually, he fell in with a small-time criminal named Jack Winters, running petty jobs under the alias Slim.
Number 8.
A doctor trying to figure out why Scott kept getting crippling headaches eventually discovered that the lenses cut from the ruby quartz stopped the blast entirely. That same doctor noticed a strange glow in Scott's eyes and quietly filed a report with the FBI flagging him as a possible mutant.
Number 9.
That report is what eventually led Charles Xavier to Scott. Xavier tracked him down, helped pull him away from Winters, and recruit him as the first official member of the X-Men before Jean, before Iceman, and Angel, before anyone.
Number 10.
Fun fact, Xavier is the one who built Scott's first visor and gave him the codename Cyclops. That ruby quartz look has survived nearly every costume redesign, every era, and every reboot the character has ever had.
Number 11.
Here's a weirder one for comic fans and people that watch the movies. For a long stretch of time and a long stretch of continuity, Cyclops' eyes weren't just shooting concussive force in the normal sense. Writers explain that his powers are a kind of doorway into another dimension, with the blast being raw energy escaping from that other universe into his eyes every time. It's part of why his beams are so hard for other characters to simply block or absorb.
Number 12.
Once Xavier stepped from the active duty as field leader, he named Scott the team leader instead. That single decision defined the rest of the character's life. Scott has led some versions of the X-Men on and off for 6 decades now, longer than almost any other hero at Marvel has in that single position.
Number 13.
Years later, Cyclops crossed paths with the swashbuckler starjammer named Koshir, and he had no idea this man was actually his father, who had survived the Shi'ar attack that Scott had believed he died from.
Number 14.
Jean Grey actually found out the truth through telepathy long before Scott did, and she chose to keep it to herself so that Scott could discover his father on his own terms. That was a kind of quiet trust that defined their relationship for years.
Number 15.
Speaking of Jean, Scott and Jean's wedding in X-Men Volume 2, Issue 30 is still considered one of the single most celebrated moments in the entire franchise's history.
Number 16.
However, prior to that wedding, Jean appeared to have died during the Dark Phoenix saga, and a grieving Cyclops met and eventually married a woman named Madeline Pryor, who happened to look exactly like Jean.
Number 17.
Scott and Madeline had a son together named Nathan Christopher Summers. That baby would eventually grow up to be Cable, the time-traveling soldier who is now one of the most important characters in the entire X-Men's mythos.
Number 18.
Cyclops is a jerk. When Jean was eventually resurrected, Scott left Madeline for her. The heartbreak and manipulation that followed pushed Madeline towards a dark transformation into the villain known as the Goblin Queen, and it remains one of the most controversial choices Scott has ever made in comics.
Number 19.
After reuniting, Scott, Jean, and the other original X-Men formed a new team called X Factor, publicly posing as mutant hunters for hire while secretly working to protect every mutant they claim to hunt.
Number 20.
In New X-Men, Scott has a telepathic affair with Emma Frost, the former White Queen, while he's still married to Jean. When Jean found out through her own telepathy, it fractured the X-Men and nearly ended the team altogether.
Number 21.
After Jean's second death, Scott and Emma became genuine partners for over a decade, reopening the Xavier School altogether and running the X-Men's public-facing team. A lot of long-time readers actually consider this to be the healthiest relationship Scott's ever had.
Number 22.
Cyclops was right. Following the reality-altering event known as House of M, which wiped out most of the mutants' population, Scott became the political and militant voice for mutants who remained, relocating the entire team to San Francisco and hardening into the leader that people came to know.
Number 23.
During Avengers vs. X-Men, Scott was possessed by the Phoenix Force, and in that state, he killed Professor Xavier, the man who raised him. It's the single darkest moment in his entire history, and it split the fan base in half for years.
Number 24.
Over the decades, Cyclops has operated under a long list of aliases, including Slim, Slim with a Y, Dayspring, Eric the Red, Mutate number 007, Phoenix, and Dark Phoenix. When the living mutant nation of Krakoa was founded, Cyclops was named Captain Commander of the Great Captains, serving as its chief medical officer, while the rest of the founding X-Men handled politics on the Quiet Council.
Number 25.
After Krakoa eventually fell, Cyclops assembled a brand new team of X-Men based in Alaska, the exact state where Cyclops was born. 60 years after his debut, the story brought him right back where it all started. How much did you know about Cyclops? Drop your favorite Cyclops moments down in the comments below. I read every single comment. Until the next one, I'm Anderson. Thanks for watching. Bye.